Namaste. This session is specially designed to share the beautiful insights into the month of Shravana, the time of receptivity, the time of absorption. In this Ritu of Savan or the rain, when the water is pouring everywhere and is all around us, it enhances one of the major qualities of water. One of the most beautiful qualities of water is the dharana, the quality of taking in, the quality of holding. The mother does the dharana, takes upon, takes in, holds in her womb the life. Hence, the womb is water. The whole nature in Shravana is filled with this energy of water, the energy to hold, the energy to absorb, to soak in. Hence, when the month Shravana starts, the first marking is Guru Purnima, the time when Shiva became Adi Guru, Dakshina Murti. He opened his eyes to all the disciples, the Saptarishis, and bestowed upon them his grace and the wisdom, transmitting the knowledge and truths. And that is the time when he became the guru and the disciples became disciples because of their grahanshilta, because of their absorption being highest, because they were listening. Listening is not just associated with hearing. Listening is associated with a deep sense of absorbing and soaking in. Listening is associated not with hearing, but complete receptivity. Unless there is a deep receptivity, forget about the knowledge of truth in life, anything cannot be taken in. Even love cannot be taken in. For even to take in love, to absorb love, what's needed is a certain level of vulnerability and softening. The softening and openness. And all these qualities of receptivity, softening, and openness are available, are available during this month. For the disciple to be a true disciple, this month is so favorable. If we have been missing on opening our heart and the dimension of devotion and start any sadhana which is associated with opening yourself, your inner core, towards any higher form, not for material benefits, but for real, real knowledge. This is a time for that. During this time, just before Guru Purnima, we are celebrating Gupta Navratri. Gupta. Gupta means which is protected, secretive. It is said that the most beautiful, the most precious experience one has has to be protected. It is said that the most precious, deepest experience that you have should be secretive. Not because somebody else will make use of it, not because somebody else will put it down, but once you keep something which is very true and deep within you as secret, naturally you do not make it as the ultimate, and there is always a possibility to grow beyond that. Gupta Navratri or secret Navratri is a time when the Shakti is ready to transit. It is in a transition from Uttarayana to Dakshinayana. So, in any transit, the Shakti is fierce, is fervent. The Shakti is excited, the life is excited. Excited not to do something, but to simply dissolve into its source because it gets that small window. And hence, this time is considered to be the most vulnerable time to secretly get into the most precious and the most auspicious experience that one can have, and that is of their innermost core, their source. During the month of Shravan, as I said, the water element is there because it's raining. Why do we offer water, milk upon Shivalinga? We offer water on Shivalinga because water is a precious flow. Water is the flow of our bhava in the purest form. So is milk. When we offer water, we offer the purest of the purest intention and bhava upon Shivalinga. We refine our bhakti during that. We refine our love into devotion. This is the time when the emotions, which is the water element, are most vulnerable because that's outside and the same is within. The same is outside happening and the same is happening within. The water is your bhava. It is a time to purify your devotional nature. It is a time to change the love into devotion, into bhakti. It is a time of refinement. It is a time of ascendance. It is a time of even softening. Because up until this time, the nature gave everyone a chance, especially if you're into any sadhana, gives you a chance to do tapasya with a little fierce and active mode. And now is a time where the tapasya has to soften up. It has to melt. It has to become more steadier. The water element also denotes holding. It is said that Vishnu himself, the Bhagwan Vishnu himself, protects your sadhana during this time. He preserves it. And that's the nature of water. To hold the cohesiveness of the water, to hold your internal state in a continuum. The most beautiful aspect of devotion is that once the connection happens with the deity, it is easy for a longer duration to hold your attention with it. This is the only benefit a bhakta gets in his sadhana, that he's able to hold his attention because that's the nature of water. It holds easily. So it is a time where this holding principle is very active. So whatever sadhana one is doing of Devi, a Shakti sadhana, or Shiva sadhana, or Vishnu sadhana, or any other sadhana, this time is a time where your holding is a little more effortless because the nature provides you that quality. The nature provides you that support. It is a time of refinement. It is a time of refining your intentions, your prayerfulness, your bhava into devotion. It is a time of holding your attention with something, with your deity, with your practice continuously to maintain and bring that discipline, continuity. It is a time to get those shifts that one is looking for. It is a time of deepening your experience overall because the water element is related to internalizing, intaking. It's an inner flow. Water is like an inner flow, it's a receptivity. There are two types of sadhanas. One is that you feel, I will do, and you practice and you practice, and you reach to a point where the practice flowers into the destination. But there is another type of practice where you open yourself to the destination in the very beginning. Shravana is for that quality of sadhana, to open yourself in the very beginning. And when you open yourself in the beginning, it's wiser because after that, everything that you do, even if you do any active sadhana, it flowers with more maturity and gives you better fruit. Another most beautiful aspect of Shravana is the month allows you to just settle. It allows you to, just like the water creates a certain dampness and doesn't allow things to move easily, feel lax also maybe sometimes, but it also allows you to settle. If you're sensitive, if you've been doing sadhana, you'll see it allows you to settle into your deep bhava, which slowly turns into a refined state of merging, hence the stillness flowers, a meditative quality flowers. In the whole month of Shravana, the moon is very important. It is said that the month is so favorite for Shiva because the Shiva Tattva is more closer to the earth. Why is that? When we say something is closer to the physical plane, we are not trying to just say it's closer to the earth. We are trying to say that it's closer to me. The core of me is more accessible. That's what we are trying to say. Yes, it is true that the Shiva Tattva is closer to the earth, but the Shiva within me is more accessible to me because his grace is prominent, his anugraha, his compassion is prominent in this time. There are mainly two major qualities of meditativeness. One is when the Shakti, the life within you, is demanding, it is intense, fierce, and still. Another is when it is drained by the compassion of Shiva and it is more settled. Both states come in the state of meditation, and both states are very important. And this second stage of settling into Shiva's compassion as being a part of his anugraha, part of his compassion, part of him is a time of Shravana.